play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Faction Focus!
Hey everybody, Matthew and Quirk here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to today's Genestealer Cult Faction Focused First Battle Report. I don't know what to name it.
You're more excited than I am.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I'm excited because it's 8th edition, and I've done my Tyranid Faction Focus already. That went out, I think by the time you're seeing this, Tyranid Faction Focus came out like last week. And so I really wanted to try out the Genestealer Cult next. They have some pretty cool rules. We're playing points. We've been getting lots of comments saying, I don't want power level, I want points. And I get it, I totally get it, because there is a sense of more balance with points. But my experience for most armies is that they're both the same if you do power or points. However, Genestealer Cult, I did my calculation, we're doing 1,500 points, but I only have 61 power level, whereas you did 1,500 points, you ended up with 72, 73?
Yeah.
And so 75 power and 1,500 points, that's kind of where I would roughly, so the Harlequins ended up being where you'd think they were. Genestealer Cult were far below for power level. So yes, in this case, Genestealer Cult, I would say, right off the bat, if you're playing against them or with them, you want to play points, not power. Tyranids, they almost worked out perfectly every single time that power equaled points. If you're looking at 25 points is 500, or 25 power is 500 points. So there's the first part of the review. We haven't even started playing. Genestealer Cult, yes, you're right, you want to use points. But a lot of the other armies, power actually works quite well.
It's usually pretty balanced.
Yeah, and once you get the book in your hands and you start building your own list, I think you're going to understand why we did so much power levels. Because that's a pain. Well, I built this 1,500 point list. And then I'm like, and it took me like half an hour.
Yep.
And then I'm like, I'm curious how much power it'll be. 61. Yep. And it took me like 30 seconds to calculate the power level. So it's just so much nicer. Anyways, we're playing Genestealer Cult versus Harlequins.
Yay!
This is your first game with the Harlequins.
It is.
And we've played quite a few games of 40K now, but we're still gonna make mistakes, so point them out. I know you will, but point them out anyways. Just do us a favor. Check to see if somebody else has already pointed it out. Please do that. Just check. Because we've been getting a lot of the same rules mistakes just posted over and over and over again. So we're like, wow, we made a lot of rules mistakes. And then we're like, oh no, that's the same one, 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 that's the same one. Oh, that's a new one. That's the same one, that's the same one, that's the same one. Oh, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Okay, they're the same. So yeah, just check. Just really, just quickly check. It won't be hard to see that. But we do appreciate you pointing it out. That way we can learn. It is important. So 1,500 points, Genestealer Cult versus the Harlequins. We will be playing a Maelstrom of War mission because I love tactical objectives. Eventually I do want to try out the narrative ones. There are some pretty cool scenarios in there as well. But just so I can kind of get an idea of how they'll control the table, I think tactical objectives really give you that sense. And make sure you go and follow us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/MiniWarGaming. We've been posting a lot of pictures of things that we're working on and little short videos, things that you don't get on YouTube or even on our website. So if you want to kind of keep track of all the stuff we're working on, then Facebook's a great place to do that, facebook.com/MiniWarGaming. Let's go take a look at the list. On this side we have 1,500 points of Genestealer Cult. This is a battalion detachment. I was almost able to do 2 detachments, but I only have 2 elites because I have 3 HQs, and the battalion detachment only requires 2 and 3 troops, of which I have 4. And if I had 1 more group of elites, I could break up a squad of 10 Genestealers and make it 2 squads of 5, and that would give me 1 extra command point. But I don't want to do that because I want to go first. I don't know if I'll manage to go first because I haven't counted the number of units he has, but I do have a couple transports, and that'll lower the number of units. So basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to deploy. And we'll look at what the Harlequins have, and that's a big deal. So just remember that number, 9. I have 9 things to deploy. If he has the same as me, then I'll want to make sure he chooses deployment so that I get to place ones first. If he has way less than me, then obviously I'll want to choose deployment because I'll know he'll go first. So as part of the game, you got to start thinking about that right off the bat. List building, as much as it was always part of the game before, it's even more you have to think about because of how the game actually works. In a battalion detachment, you've got basically your required 2 HQ and 3 troops. And I've got 3 HQs, decided to try almost all of them out. There's the Acolyte Icon War that I'm not bringing. We got the Patriarch, we got the Primus, and we got the Magus. Now, they operate similarly to the way they used to, but they're also a lot different. For example, these familiars that you see are now actual models. They're toughness 3 models. When they're with the Patriarch, you still use his toughness of 5 or 6. I can't remember which one it is, even when you're hitting the unit. But I can actually allocate wounds to the Genestealer Familiars. And once per game, when you have a Genestealer Familiar, they allow you to manifest a second psychic power. So that's kind of fun, because normally the Patriarch and the Magus can only do one. The Discipline has been seriously simplified, like all the other ones have been. Basically, I have the Might from Beyond, which gives +1 strength, +1 attack. I've got the Mass Hypnosis, which is obviously goes on an enemy unit. They can't overwatch, they get -1 to hit, and something else. And the third one is escaping me, but it has... yeah, I don't remember. I'll have to look it up afterwards. Also, we do have the Cult Ambush rule, and all of the guys here do, except for the vehicles. Cult Ambush, basically, I put my guys into Cult Ambush Reserve, and at the end of any movement phase, they can come on. Now, since we're playing match play, I can only put half of my guys in reserve. Otherwise, I could actually build, if we're doing more open play, which I don't really want to do because it lets you abuse a lot of things, then I could put my entire army in Cult Ambush Reserve, and just not bring trucks. But I don't want to do that, so we'll have half of them actually going to be Cult Ambushing, most likely. And the table is similar to the way it was before, but also different. 5+ is now good for close combat. Heck, even a 4 can be half decent, because you can actually charge from all of these, whereas before you couldn't. So we'll go over exactly that, how that table works and everything else like that. So the Patriarch's a beast in close combat. Everybody within 6 inches does not have to take morale checks. They automatically pass them. And because that's his fearless bubble that he had before. Except it's only 6 inches, not 12. And he gets +1 hits on Genestealers within 6 inches as well. So they like to work together. The Primus is just a good beast in close combat. And he's got some awesome close combat weapons. And I think everybody within 6 inches gets... oh, I think they get to reroll 1s to hit or +1 to hit. But I'll have to double check that one. The Magus is a Psyker as well. And knows some psychic powers and has his familiars with him as well, so he'll be accompanying probably the neophytes, just running around and doing some fun stuff. And then for our troop choices, we got 3 groups of acolytes. I'm actually trying out the different weapons. I wanted to bring 6 heavy rock drills, but Games Workshop has messed me up, because in the previous edition, only the heavy rock saws were what I thought were any good. And so I have tons of heavy rock saws, but I only have a few heavy rock snippers, or clippers, or clips, whatever they're called, and only 2 heavy rock drills, because the drills now, whenever they cause a wound, on a 2+, they cause a mortal wound. And if you cause that mortal wound, then on a 3+, they cause another mortal wound. And if you make that 3+, then on a 4+, they cause another mortal wound. And you keep doing that, incrementing it until you fail it, or until you run out, until it's impossible and you get to 7+. So they look really awesome. I wanted to try out 6 of those. But and the other cool thing is all these heavy rock weapons used to be unwieldy, but they do not actually give me -1 to hit, which is really cool. I don't know why they didn't do that, but I'm thankful for it. So each squad has a leader with a bone sword and a lash whip. The lash whip allows him to fight in close combat even if he was killed. So that's kind of nice. So if somebody else kills him before he has a chance, he can still fight. And these guys will a couple of them will most likely be cult ambushing, but we'll see. We've got a squad of neophytes as well. There's a leader with the pistol and a chainsword, which is actually free. Points-wise, it's actually free to switch out the autogun for the chainsword, so that's kind of cool. And then I decided I had a few points left over, so I upgraded 2 of them to a heavy weapons team with a missile launcher, because missile launchers are actually really good now. And dedicated transport-wise, we got 2 Goliath trucks. Trucks got way more expensive. They're like 110 points almost, which is definitely more than they cost before. But they're also way more resilient than they were before. They're 10 wounds, toughness 6, only 4-up save. But 10 wounds is pretty awesome compared to the fact that they were armor 10 before. Very, very easy to kill. Even with small arms fire, you could take them out. Except for strength 3, of course. But now strength 3, you'll have to do a lot against them even with that, because they have their 4-up save. And they have 10 wounds. Also, they have rugged construction, so they just ignore wounds on a 6+. So if they fail their saves, then on a 6+, they just ignore it. So that's cool. And they can now carry Genestealers, which they couldn't before. It just says they can carry 10 Genestealer Cult infantry, and Genestealers are Genestealer Cult, and they have infantry, so they can actually be carried in them. But transports have changed a lot too, so it's not as big a deal that they can carry Genestealers as it would have been before, but it's still nice to have that option. Elite choice, I've got 2 groups of 10 Genestealers. They don't have Scything Talons. I didn't care to pay the points for it because it doesn't give you an extra attack. It just gives you the option to use the Scything Talons, which don't have as good AP, but they do get to reroll 1s to hit. And against Harlequins, Scything Talons probably would have been good because I think he's going to have a lot of invulns. I haven't looked at their stats yet, but if they're anything like the Harlequins from 7th, then they'll have like a 5-up invuln all around and not really much armor. So the Scything Talons would be a better weapon. But it's an extra few points, like 4 points per model. So that'd be an extra 80 points to do that, and I just didn't think that was really worth it. They already have a lot of attacks, and they're pretty fast, so it should be interesting. Although we are doing a close combat army versus a close combat army. So that should make for an interesting battle report, I hope. And on this side, we have 1,500 points. Oh, you definitely have less units than me.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, those are all troop masters.
Those
but
are
they
troop
can
masters.
go inside the vehicles. How many units are these bikes?
That's one big unit of 6.
Yeah, you're going to be going first. Yeah, because we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Unless you stick them in... Oh, you won't be able to stick them in transports. So no matter what I do, you'll be going first. Interesting. Why don't you tell us what you got here, Quirk?
All right, so starting off, I have a Solitaire up front. He's going to be my bullet that's going to try to seek out your characters. Movement 12, once per game, can do a blitz, where he moves 12 plus an additional 2d6. They also have a special rule called Crescendo. Now this applies to my entire army, which means that everybody can advance and charge no matter what. It also means that if I fall back from combat, I can shoot and charge again. So
cool.
It's essentially...
That's always?
Always. So
So my Genestealers can advance and charge.
Oh, well, la-di-da.
What's the movement of your typical guy?
8.
Oh, jeez. So you're basically just all Genestealers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting.
So yeah, he's going to be able to essentially once per game move 12 plus 3d6 and then charge the 2d6, and he'll have 10 attacks, hitting on 2s. It's all kinds of crazy there. Next to him, I have a Death Jester. The reason I'm bringing him is for the special rule, death is not enough. If I have that unit, or if I have that model shoot at a unit, whether he hurts them or not, if you fail a morale check, I get to pick the first model that flees.
Cool.
So that comes in handy. Behind them, I have 3 identical units of troops, troop masters, and a sky.
The troop masters are HQ choices, right?
They are HQ choices. So my troop masters are the HQ choice. I'm really just bringing them because they give a nice little bubble to any troops that are within 6 inches of them. They get to reroll to wound. So
Okay.
that comes in handy. Then the troops themselves are equipped with Harlequin's Embrace, I believe, as well as fusion pistols. So the fusion pistol is a 6-inch range, essentially melt a strength 8, minus 3 AP, d6 damage. If you're within half range, it's 2d6, pick the highest. And
all of them have that?
All of them have
But
that.
they're 6-inch range, you said?
They're 6-inch range.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But this is where it gets fancy, is because the transports that they're in are open-topped. So I can fly these things around and shoot from within.
How fast are your transports?
I believe they're 14.
That makes sense. A lot of the fast stuff is around 12 or 14.
So, transports I believe are toughness 6. They only have like 8 wounds. They're super, super squishy, but they have a 4-up invulnerable save, just like everything else in my army.
So you're 4-up invulns everywhere, not 5-up.
Everything has a 4-up invuln. The only thing that's better is the Solitaire. He has a 3-up invulnerable save.
Yikes. Yikes. I wonder why they decided to go for 4-up invulns rather than leaving the 5-up.
Because we're all toughness 3
Yeah, I guess.
and 1 wound apiece.
Yeah, that's true. You're probably, and I guess at 1,500 points, if this is all you can bring, you're going to be very squishy, even with a
Exactly.
4-up invuln.
So
Yeah, I guess there's that.
yep.
How do the bikes work?
The bikes are probably my most favorite thing ever. They are movement 16. They have the blur of color, which means they automatically advance 6 inches. They have the crescendo special rule, which means they can advance and charge.
So 22-inch move, then charge.
And they also have assault weapons that are assault 3. So with the ballistic skill of 3+, that means they're going to be hitting on 4s with an assault 3, strength 6, 0 AP, 1 damage apiece. But if it's a 6 to wound, it becomes minus 3 AP.
So it's a rending of
Yeah,
sorts.
it's their version of rending. And then they are also equipped with Zephyr Glaze, which is +1 strength, minus 2 AP, and 1 damage apiece.
Well, I have to admit, I'm intimidated. I think that just by looking at the lists, I worry for my army because I'm like, yeah, I'm close combat, but I think everything I can do, you can do better. But it'll all be well. I have the call to ambush to help me out, so it'll all be about knowing you're going to have first turn is going to change once again how I choose where to place objectives.
Yeah.
And try to be able to choose the deployment at least, and then work with that. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. We'll be playing on this mat by Table War. You can go and check them out and see some awesome mats. So this is one of their industrial mats. And we will be playing a Maelstrom of War mission. We got a roll for everything, and then we're not going to record the full deployment, but we'll record the key parts so you can see who's going to get to choose what. We're going to play Steal the Loot because we're jerk faces.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you get 3 tactical objectives per turn. You're not allowed to throw away any ones that say secure objective 1 through 6, and you can achieve your opponent's secure objective 1 through 6. There's even a bonus point at the end of the game. Whoever got the most secure objective X gets an extra point. So you get richer, I guess. The more you steal, the better. And it's not your opponents, it's just overall, so you don't actually have to have stolen any of your opponents. This follows the typical rules. We both roll a die. The higher must place the objectives first. So in this case, I want to roll lower. It's a weird one. I always want to roll lower for this one because whoever places the last objective gets to choose the deployment. And I know you're going to be going first, but I at least would like the honor of choosing the deployment type. So, that's not happening. No, all right, so I place the first one and we alternate. We place objectives back and forth. We've got 3 here, 1, 2, 3. And then we got 1, 2 way at the back. Where's the third one? Back there as well?
Yep, I'm in the rates.
Yes, and I'm guessing I know which deployment you're going to be choosing.
Which one do you think I'm going to choose?
I think you're going to choose frontline assault.
You'd be right.
And I think you're going to choose that side as your deployment zone.
You'd be right again.
Okay, now starting with the player who did not choose a deployment, we then alternate placing units. I should point out something that some people might think I'm about to do wrong, but I'm not. And that is, basically, when I put guys, when I choose a guy to deploy, I can put him in the Cult Ambush Reserve. And you might think when I put a character in reserve, I can put a unit with him, because they have a rule that when they arrive via Cult Ambush Reserve, that they can choose a unit to arrive with them. But it doesn't say that when they're deployed or set up in reserve that they choose that unit. It would be nice if it said that, because then I could have these 3 guys joined by 3 units, and then 2 go in transports, and then I'd actually only have 6 things to set up, the same as Quirk, which means I would actually get first turn. But it does not say it that way. So these 3 actually are going to be 3 extra units that I have to place. Now the nice thing about that is that I don't have to know beforehand which units I want them to come in with. And I can choose that basically as the game goes on. So it gives me a bit of flexibility there, but makes it harder for me to go first, especially if you spam lots of little units. So for my first one, the Magus will go in reserve.
My first one is going to be a Death Jester. I'm going to stick him right up here.
And I'm just going to keep going. This guy will go in reserve. After that, we went back and forth. I basically put all my guys in Cult Ambush Reserve that I could. So if there's 5 units in reserve and 6 on the table. So I've got a Goliath with a group of Acolytes, Goliath with a group of Acolytes, and my Neophytes with their missile launcher, and the Magus at the back. And I deployed back because he's fast and he's terrifying. Got all these bikes on the one side, and then there's one more Viper in there, and Solitaire and the Death Jester ready to charge up the board and do some nasty damage. Now you finished way before me.
Yep.
I think by 3 units, I think, or 4 even. So would you like to go first or second?
I would like to go first.
Okay. I will... I don't know if I want to seize.
No.
But you know what? I will try. I'll let the dice decide. Do I want to go first? Nope. I don't want to go first. So Harlequins, turn 1. You rolled your first 3 objectives. You got Secure Objective 1, which is objective right there. You should be able to get that. You got Area Denial, which is if I have nobody within 6 inches of the center, which is roughly here, you get a victory point. If I have nobody within 12 inches, which I don't, you get D3 victory points.
Sweet.
And you got Blood and Guts,
Yep.
which is kill a unit in the fight phase. If you kill 3 or more, you get D3 victory points. I'll be surprised if you kill anybody in the fight phase this turn. But yeah, I know you could make some charges.
I'm going to try.
But they're pretty long charges, so hopefully I stop you. Before we go any further, I want to talk about the flip belts. The flip belts basically say they ignore intervening models and terrain when moving, but it does not have the fly special rule. We had basically a house rule for how you move fly guys when you're going up levels, because it's one thing to move from here to here and just ignore it. It's another thing to move here to here. Because you say you're ignoring it, do you count that vertical? Do you count the diagonal? So we're just going to use our fallback, which is what we did in 7th edition with anything with jet or jump or hover, things like that. That essentially, with fly, point A to point B, you measure the diagonal, and that has to be within your movement. Now, flip belts, it's the question is, do you just treat them like fly, or do you just treat them that they ignore intervening models, but they still have to scale the buildings? And we've decided just to treat them like fly. And so, for example, if this Solitaire wants to move 12 inches, then we measure diagonally 12 inches to go down. Or you can just jump across to this piece of terrain. But basically, wherever he starts and wherever he ends has to be within, diagonally, the movement. So that's how we're going to play it. I'm not saying that's correct, because it would be nice if we got an FAQ clarifying how fly and flip belts are supposed to work. But because we do use lots of terrain that has higher levels, we do have to make sure we clarify that beforehand. So we are playing it that way. That is our house rule.
So starting my movement, I'm going to advance my Solitaire. I thought about blitzing to try and take out that Goliath over there, but I don't.
So what is Blitz?
Blitz is a special ability that the Solitaire has where in his movement phase you can roll 2d6 and add that result to his movement.
Plus a d6 if he advances, right?
And then plus the d6 if he advances as well. So you're essentially going 3d6. He has the rising crescendo ability, so he can advance and charge.
All your infantry have
All
that.
of it do. And
Not
then-
your vehicles, though.
No.
But your bikes do as well.
Bikes do.
Now, this Blitz is only once per game.
Once per game, and then on top of all of that, it also adds 2 extra attacks to his profile, giving him 10 attacks total.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the old one where he got to move really far.
It is. There's a stipulation, though. I can't use the Psychic Power reverse the Twilight or something like that, where basically he'll get a second movement. I can't stack those two.
But you don't have any psychers in this,
But I don't have any psychers, but that is a stipulation for that ability.
So you're just going to move his regular advance?
Regular advance,
So 12 plus d6.
So he's going
14.
I can live with that. So he will advance to here. Next up, my Skyweavers are gonna advance forward. Now they have a special ability called Blur of Color, so they don't have to roll for their advance. They automatically advance 6 inches.
These guys are all equipped with assault weapons?
They have assault weapons, so I can advance and shoot. And then on top of that, they have the Rising Crescendo, so they can charge as well.
Oh, geez. I think I miscalculated that. How far back I should have been. Oh, well.
Gonna have this transport my Starweaver fly over to Objective 1.
So he's advancing?
He is advancing as
and
well.
he gets the +6 automatically as well?
Yep, also has the Blur of Color special rule, so it gets that automatic advance.
And he's also -1 to hit him, right?
Yep, that's from the Mirage Launcher. So shooting phase, he is -1 to hit.
Or I have -1 to
You
hit
have -1 to
against
hit.
him.
This transport will also fly 22 over here.
Now your transports don't have the rising crescendo rule,
No,
so
they
they
do not.
can't charge after advancing.
No, and with the new transport abilities, I can't advance or move up and then have my guys jump out. So it's going to be stuck
Right.
there for a turn. Next turn, the guys will probably jump out and try and do something. Lastly, I'm going to have this transport right here. I'm actually just going to have this one move up 16. I'm not going to try and
Advance.
advance here, just so I don't have to take the -1 to hit with the assault weapons. Lastly, for the movement phase, I'm going to advance my Death Gesture. His weapon is assault, so I don't have to worry about not shooting. He will be going 11.
So 8 plus 3. And he's got a flippity flip belt as well.
So he will
Flippity
flippity
flip.
flip to right here.
On to the shooting phase, as you don't have any psychic.
I'm going to have the Shuriken Cannon from the Starweaver that advanced fire at your Goliath. So since I advanced, I'm hitting on 4s because I get -1 to my Blitzsteel 3.
That's 6 shots, eh?
Yep.
Jeez!
Oh!
Yeah, 6 shots is way better than 3
Well,
twin
it's-
linked, right?
Well, it's Assault 3, but I have 2 of them.
Oh, okay. So
That's
you have
what
two
it
of
is.
So it's not
Yep.
twin linked 4. What's the strength of this?
Strength 6.
The 4 is to wound. Ah!
These are -3 to your AP.
Well, I only have 4 plus, so those are just ignoring it. And these are what, minus nothing?
Minus nothing.
So I get a 4 up save. Okay, well, I guess I can roll half decent as well, so that's 1 wound gets through. Now I have rugged construction, so I just ignore wounds on a 6 plus. Does this do multiple damage?
Let me double check. I don't believe so.
Answer is no, so just a 6 plus to ignore it. I rolled a 2, so 1 wound gets through. And these are the 2 rending ones, or the -4, so I don't get any saves, but I get my 6 plus rugged construction. Nope, so 3 wounds. Down to 7.
Next up is going to be the Death Gesture firing with the Shrieker Cannon.
Death Gesture is normally 2s to hit.
Yep.
These 3s to hit with this weapon.
Oh,
Okay.
There's my rolling.
Strength is this?
6.
So 4s to wound, and it has the same rule that on 6 it's a
It is.
-3 or -4.
But that didn't wound.
No. A couple more shuriken cannons on this one, but this one did not advance, so it hits on 3s.
6 attacks here from the 2 guns. These are hitting on 3s. They didn't advance. And
So naturally you get less hits.
Of course.
Hitting on 3s you only get 4. Hitting on 4s you get all of them. It still wounds on 4s, and
Yep.
6s will ignore my armor. That's
there we
pretty
go.
good. 4 up saves. And I made all 3 of them.
Oh.
Okay, these dice are hot. And this one I get a 6 plus rugged construction. Hey, look at that.
moving over to this Starweaver. It's going to fire at your... I don't even know what those guys are called.
The Neophyte Squad.
It also advanced, so it's going to be hitting on 4s.
Whew, good, because you're about to kill them. You're winning on 2, strength 6 versus toughness 3.
Oh, yay!
I know you don't often get to do that, right? But no AP. I've got 5 up armor. You don't have any AP, so whoop, drop dice never count. Okay, 2 die. Well, since you want to charge me, I will start removing them from the front.
Next up, all of my Skyweavers are going to fire. This is going to be a ton of shots going into those guys.
Neophytes.
Neophytes.
3 shots each, hitting on 4s because you advanced. Looks above average. These are strength 6 as well. 2s to wound, 6s will be -3 armor. There's a couple ones, and this one just ignores armor. 5 up save. Oh, there we go. Made 5 of them, so 3 wounds in total. Oh, don't worry. Somebody's going to run. Except for shooting, so charge phase, you only have 1 real thing that can try a charge. Do you want to attempt this charge?
Yes.
I definitely will Overwatch. 2 autoguns and a pistol. They're all the same strength, so I'll just fire them all at the same time. 6 is to hit. 1 hit. Your toughness 4, against my strength 3, so 5's to wound. Nope. It's a tough choice whether I want to do crack missile, because crack missile will wound you on 2s, and you're 3 wounds apiece, so it'll do d6 wounds, but only gets 1 shot. Frag missile will only wound you on 4s, but it gets d6 shots. You know what, I'm going to do a crack missile. I think, just quick math, that has a better chance.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Well, if I roll d6 attacks, like even if I got 6 attacks, I'm still only likely to get 1, which is much more likely than a 1/6, but 6 to hit. Yeah, see, it didn't matter. I would have got 1 attack, which would have not hit. You're 8 3/4 inches away, so you need to roll 8 or higher to make this charge. Whoa, woo-hoo! You do.
So I do have to be careful with this charge because you have your Magister back there, so I can't get within an inch of him or members of his unit.
And you go. I think I'm in trouble.
I think so.
Yeah. I think you're going to get first blood.
That would be...
That's all for charges, so on to the fight phase. You get to attack with chargers first, which is just the 1, so pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So they can pile in.
So we'll move.
They don't have to pile in. Somebody in one of the comments in one of the videos last week said, hey, you must pile in. And it actually doesn't say that at all. So you've got 15 attacks, 3 each, and your weapon is strength 4, -2, 2 damage.
Should be 18 attacks.
No, you got 5 guys.
I have 6 guys.
Oh, one of them was hiding from me. I
There
don't think you needed it. You got 3s to hit. Yeah, I'm dead. Because now you have 3s to wound, ignoring my 5-up armor because it's -2, and it does 2 damage each, so even if you only get exactly the number of... Yeah, I'm dead. The 2 damage will kill my heavy weapon team. So they're all gone, and that's first blood for you. And now you can pile in 3 inches. You use that to engage the Magus.
That is the plan, which means your Magus will get to attack, but I can live with that.
That's true, I do get to attack now. But I think you'll survive. I will fight with the Magus next. I'll do a little bit of a pile-in. Don't have to get too close. Just within an inch for these guys. I'll do the Magus first. So I hit you on 3s. Your Mirage launchers only work in the shooting phase. So 2 hits. And I am strength 5 with the Force Staff. So 3s to wound. 2 wounds. My AP doesn't matter because you have a 4-up armor and 4-up invuln. Ha! Oh, I had D3 damage.
I know.
So if even just one of those got through, I could have killed a bike. Then 4 attacks from the 2 familiars hitting on 3s. And they're just strength 4, so they wound on 4s. There's no AP to them, but it doesn't matter because you're 4-up armor, 4-up invuln. And you're fine. Morale phase, there's no morale test to make because units were totally wiped out or nothing. So we're just done there. So you got first blood, you got secure objective 1, you got area denial, which is worth D3, so let's roll that.
Ha! For 3.
For 3, and you got
Blood and guts.
Blood and guts, so that's a total of 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing for Harlequins on their turn 1. I rolled my 3 objectives. I got area denial, so I have to get you more than 6 inches away, which you've got a unit right there. That'll be hard. I got critical objective. It's 44. You roll a d6, and that objective is critical to you. I rolled a 6, so this one. I get a victory point for controlling it, essentially, and that can't be stolen from me in this mission. But if my opponent started controlling it, and then I took it from him, then I get D3 victory points. So I basically have secure objective 6, except you can't steal that one. And I rolled secure objective 1, so I better go for that, otherwise he'll steal that one from me. And I won't forget my cult ambush this turn, I promise. First things first, everybody's going to get out of their transports so that we can do some charges. Then they will advance 6 inches. Now we just looked up the rule, open top vehicles. He's not allowed to overwatch with the guys inside. So it's only in a shooting phase are they able to fire. So that should help because they've got a lot of fusion blasters, which would really wreck my day. Next up, this squad got out of their vehicle, and now they're going to move up 6. Now, fun fact about the Heavy Rock Clipper, it's got a rule that whenever it basically does, it's strength 8, it's -4 AP, and damage 2. And I guess it's 4-up invuln, but as soon as a model gets damaged from it, you roll a d6. If it's equal to or greater than a number of remaining wounds, then the model is slain. So these guys have 3 wounds each. So let's say I did 3 unsaved wounds to them. So it allocates to the 1, assuming he failed his 4-up invuln. He takes 2 damage, so he's down to 1. If I roll 2+, he's slain. Then we do the next one, 2+, he'll be slain. So as long as Quirk doesn't make an above average number of invuln saves, which he's already been doing, then these 2 guys might actually be incredibly useful against the bikes. This Goliath is going to move 12 inches to here. His weapons are heavy, so he'll be -1 to hit, but I want to be able to fire at this thing, which I couldn't see before. Now for some cult ambushing. Whenever I choose a character, I can choose a unit to go with him, and we roll them together, and the Primus actually gets to re-roll if he doesn't like what he rolled. So I am going to start with the Patriarch, and he's going to join well, not join, but he's going to bring a unit of Genestealers with him. Or maybe I want to roll more dice. It's a bit of a risk-reward thing here, because the Patriarch on his own is nasty. But, you know what, let's just do them together. Oh, 3, that's 12 inches away. Unless you can't see me, which would be 9 inches away. So more than 12 inches away, so it's an impossible charge. Because I can't declare charge to something that's more than 12 inches away. Might as well grab an objective. So I came in the back here, more than 12 inches away from the Solitaire and the Death Jester. Now, I don't technically have to have them come in the same place. No, I think it does say they have to come within 6 inches of each other. But either way, they're coming in together. Primus is going to join this group. Now, the Primus gets to re-roll, so it's more important that he does join a group. Need a 5+. I am definitely re-rolling the 2. Okay, so I choose 2 edges and we randomize which one it'll be. So this edge and this edge. Yeah. And essentially we randomize it and then I place within 6 inches of that edge, but still at least 9 inches away, more than 9 inches away from any enemies. So 4+ will be my table edge. Okay, at least we got that. So they're gonna come back here. I'm not sure how much of use they're going to be. They could potentially make a charge against these guys if these guys charge properly and get out of their way. But we'll see. And the last unit of Acolytes. And then we get...
A 4.
A 4, so that's 9 inches, more than 9 inches away. I'm going to deploy them over here, a little more than 9 inches away from both these squads. In my Psychic phase, the Magus is going to do Mass Hypnosis. So I'm going to try to put it on these bikes. Mass Hypnosis gives them -1 to hit, and -1... They can't Overwatch... And they always strike last in close combat. So you can't even use a stratagem to let them fight next because they always have to go last. 7+. I make it. And since he's probably going to die, I'll do my once per game ability where the familiar lets him do another power. So I'll do Smite, which is a 5+. If they roll 10+, I do D6 mortal wounds instead of D3. Hey!
Uh-oh.
So D6 mortal wounds. 3. So I kill a bike. Your choice, which one?
Let's pull this one.
Oh, you want me to fail my charge? I'm like right there. I'm not failing my charge. And the Patriarch knows Might from Beyond, which is +1 strength and attack. He also knows Smite. So I will start with Smite, because that'll actually be on the Solitaire. So 5+ to manifest, 10+ will be D6. So we can manifest it, it only does D3. You've got 5 wounds, right?
Yep.
Well, now you've got 2, because you don't have any way to ignore these.
Nope.
Down to 2, not bad. Into the shooting phase. I've got a couple Goliath trucks that want to try something out. But first, I'm going to fire their weapons at this vehicle. At your Skyweaver? Starweaver?
Starweaver.
I'll start by having them throw a frag grenade, so it's D6 attacks, so that's 4 attacks. And I'm just going to lump that in with all their auto pistols because it's all the same profile. Your Mirage launchers make me hit 1 less, so I'm hitting on 5s instead of 4s. That
Worth it!
Makes a big difference. And your toughness is 6,
yes.
So you're winning on 6s, strength 3. Nothing. Next up, I'll have this Goliath fire into this Skyweaver. He didn't move, so he gets his full ballistic skill, but -1 because of your Mirage launchers. So start with the twin autocannon, so 4 shots hitting on 5s. Yeah! And then the 3 heavy stubber shots hitting on 5s. Okay. Other Goliath truck will try the same thing, except he's hitting on 6s because he moved. These are heavy weapons, and I get the -1 Mirage launcher. Twin autocannons. Nope, and a heavy stubber. No, well, there's all my 5s. And then we'll fire our auto pistols into this, because why not? Hitting on 5s because of your Mirage launchers. We got, once again, 3 misses because of that. 6s to wound. Boom, okay. Get a 4-up invuln.
4-up invuln.
Ah, so you've made all your 4-up invulns so far. Yeah. He's got a pistol, so he'll fire it, because why not? Your bikes have Mirage launchers, so my 3+ becomes a 4+. And your toughness 4, so you wound you on 5s. Nothing. And they'll hurl a grenade and fire their auto pistols. Grenade gets 3 attacks. The grenade and auto pistols hitting on 5s.
Ooh.
And wounding on 5s. 1 wound. 4-up, save. Dude, that is not cool. Onto the charge phase. They're locked in combat, so I guess that's one reason not to fall back. Now they can't Overwatch, right? So I'm going to charge them. We're going 4 inches. not so worried about the wraparound. I'm just more worried about leaving a space so that the Genestealers behind them have a chance. So this will give them a chance still. Just going to get out of the way. Try a charge, so it'll be hard. And yeah, they're not going to make it because they were more than 9 inches away. So they had to roll 9 just to direct charge. Then they will declare a charge, so you can overwatch. 6 shots in on 6s. Okay. These are strength 6, right?
Yes.
Choose the wound, rending. So,
Rending.
and one that does nothing.
Yep.
So 5 plus. So 2 guys die. And then I will charge. Yeah, I didn't need that. Okay, well, I guess we're in. We are going to do some damage. Some damage. You know what? I'm going to go 12 inches. I'm going to have this guy come over here. No, I don't want your Solitaire to fight. He's got 8 attacks. What am I thinking? Nope. Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
Come on.
And just for fun, they'll declare a multi-charge between these two, just in case I roll something ridiculous and I decide I want to try to multi-charge. We get Overwatch with this guy. Overwatch it on 6s. Okay, Quirk.
What?
We need to have a talk about statistics. You've made every 4 up, and you're hitting way too many 6s.
Okay.
We wouldn't be on 2s. Just don't say anything and roll your 2s. Okay, at least I get a 5-up save. Maybe I can make up for it, and I don't.
Oh, one side.
You rolled 50% of your 6s. Just want to point that out. And they still have to roll 9 to charge. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. I forgot about Heroic Intervention. Solitaire's going to pile in. So I get to do all my chargers first. This guy's have to fight last no matter what. But your Solitaire, you could use 2 command points and have him intervene. If I had remembered the Heroic Intervention, I definitely would not have put him within 3 inches. But I'm not going to say, well, can I take that back? Because you got to learn somehow, right? So these guys are going to go first in case you decide to spend 2 command points and use his 8 attacks to kill everybody. Now, they all have to attack the
Charge target.
charge target, so yes. Your Mirage launchers only work shooting, though,
That's
right?
correct.
So my 4 attacks with the drills
Ugh.
are going to hit on 3s. Okay, 3 hits. See, that's average roll. Do you see that, Quirk?
Yes.
That's 3 out of 4 on a 3+. That's average. These are strength 8, so they're winning you on 3s. And you get a 4-up invuln. Do you like your job, Quirk?
Oh, no!
Oh, it's a 1! Go ahead.
There
Yay! Thank you. So you take a wound, and then this weapon, as soon as you take, every time you take a wound, basically on a 2+, you take a mortal wound. What would have happened if I rolled a 2+, is then on a 3+, you take a mortal wound, on a 4+, you take, but it stops as soon as I fail it, so you took 1 wound. The stupid thing only has 6 wounds, so I could have done a lot of damage there. All right, well, let's do all my, the rest of my attacks. For the rest of my guys, my knives automatically get 1 extra attack on top of the 2 I normally have. The rock drill guys don't have any knives. And so I get the attacks from them. And then the lash of the bone swords, the raining claws, none of this matters because you just have a 4-up invuln. So I'm just going to roll them all at the same time because they all have the same stat line. So 19 attacks between everything, hitting on 3s. Strength 4 in all of this, so 5s to wound. We don't care about rending or anything because you're just 4-up invuln. Okay, there's 5 wounds.
Oh.
Theoretically, if you fail all these 4+, then it's dead. Oh, that was close. So my frickin', yeah, okay. Part of me is more ticked off that it's this close. So I've done my first charge. Do you want to use 2 command points to intervene?
No.
Yeah,
and
just-
the reason why is because if I intervene here, it doesn't matter because you've
Yeah, I've already
done that
gone.
combat, and if I intervene
And they
there,
can't.
I can't defend it.
Because they have to go last because of massive gnosis. Okay, so I will move on to my next charge and attack them. Hopefully it will make less 4-up invulns. Actually, no, in this case, hopefully I just do more wounds. We'll start with the 2 special weapons because they're awesome. No Primus nearby to give him +1, so just 3s to hit. Oh, that hurts because each of these is very important. 2s to wound at least. Strength 8. Oh, come on! 4-up invuln. Yeah, okay,
Hey!
so you take 2 wounds. So if I roll 2+, I finish off the one that you allocate it to. There we go. Oh,
Be this one.
oh. And then the rest of their attacks. Same as before, you got a 4-up invuln, and all my weapons are strength 4, single wounds, single damage, so I'll just do them all at the same time. 25 attacks with these guys hitting on 3s. Wow, that is a lot of 1s and 2s. I got less than half of those. That's great. Wounding you on 4s, because your toughness 4. The rending doesn't matter. Okay, that's a little better. And 4-up invulns. Oh, jeez. So 1, 2 guys are dead, and then 1 guy takes a wound.
So I'm going to go I can't pull far enough. Actually, I could pull far. No, I'm trying to think if I can pull far enough to keep your Magus out, but I don't think I can with 1, 2.
Yeah, he's more than an inch away now.
But he can pile in, is
No,
what I'm saying.
he can't. He didn't charge his turn.
Oh, you're right.
So then which one do you want to damage?
Let's put it on this guy.
And that's it for me because you pulled out, so the Magus can't actually fight. So you can just choose yours for whatever order you want because you know I don't have anything left.
So I'll do the Solitaire next.
8 attacks it on 2s, right?
Yes, he does.
So, okay. At least you're rolling some 1s too. 5 hits. So strength 5 minus 2, 1 damage.
Yep.
So no saves against these, and they freeze to wound. So, okay, that's it.
Just 2.
All right. There's no point pulling the one out of base contact with him because he'll just pile in and keep fighting. Next up, this guy. He's got 3 attacks. Now he's down to 1 wound. Does he lose anything at this point? Most things that are lower wounds don't have any negative modifiers. 3 attacks hitting on 3s. And he's strength 5, no AP, so there's 3s to wound. Whoa, with 5 up saves? Yay, made one of them. Kill a regular guy. And then your 2 bikes, they'll be at -1 to hit. Hit on 4, so there's 6 attacks. Strength 4, so 3s to wound. These have any AP to them?
They have -2 AP.
Okay, so no saves, so 2 die. 1, 2. On to morale. I'll do mine first. This squad right here has lost 2, so they can't fail morale because they're leadership 8. This squad's lost 5 though, so they can fail. Leadership 8, so they lose 1 more guy. And then your bikes are leadership 8. They lost 4 guys.
Yep.
So if you roll 6, the other 2 just die.
Yep.
What do you mean you'll risk it?
Well, I could use the command points just to auto pass.
Oh, I see. So, you roll a 1. You're good. And this squad did lose 3, so if they roll a 6, they lose 1 more. No, they're fine. Objective-wise, I did get secure objective 1 because I have 3 guys within 3 inches of the center of it. And I do have secure, or the objective 6 as well, so that's 2 points for me. 6 to 2. I have a funny feeling this will be a 2-turn game. What we'll find out is in Harlequins, turn 2. You drew 3 more objectives. You got secure objective 2 and defend objective 5. That's somewhere back here. Where's 5?
4.
There's 4. There's 6. You had 1 more back here. Isn't there 1 more like right back there?
Nope, it's...
Where's 5?
Oh,
Where'd you
right there.
put it? Oh, it's there. So you got to hold that one for 2 turns, consecutive turns. And you got Witch Hunter. So you got to kill a Psyker, which would be my Magus, or my Patriarch.
So start of the movement, I'm going to have my 2 Skyweavers here fall back out of combat, so they're going to go right over here.
So rising crescendo means that even though you fall back, you can still actually charge.
I can shoot and charge.
Well, these have fly already, so they
Yes.
could already do that from that. But all your models can basically break away, shoot, and then charge back in.
I'm going to have the troop squad disembark from this transport here, as well as my troop master.
And they got movement 8. They could advance and charge, right?
Yes, they can. I don't think I need to advance, though. I'm just going
Can
to...
you advance? That's part of the rising crescendo.
Yep. They may advance and charge.
They can fall back and charge, and advance and charge. Man, I thought my Genestealers were good. But no.
And then the vehicle itself is going to just fly 16 over here to get on objective 5.
Start securing it. Start defending it.
Next up, I'm going to have everybody disembark from this transport. So 3 inches.
I'm going to go after those Goliaths.
Yeah. So there's the unit and the troop master right behind.
And they can move up 8, and they have fusion blasters, or fusion pistols. So 6-inch pistols that are pretty much melted, so they'll do d6 damage each to these trucks.
So moving up 8, we'll get
You're not going to advance, so you can fire your pistols.
Yeah. And finishing up with the master coming up right behind to there. Then my vehicle is going to go right here. So we can start plucking away at these guys. The last unit will disembark to here.
Should have killed that transport. Maybe would have killed the guy inside too.
Disembarking.
And they don't care about moving.
And then my vehicle is going to
Fall back.
fall back. Well, it has fly, so it can just break away and still...
Well, no, still fall back.
Yep.
It would stop it from advancing. And it can't charge, but it has fly, so it can shoot.
Lastly, my Solitaire is going to fall back, but he has a flip belt, so he's going to fall back over here. And I'm going to have my Death Jester come 8 inches up to here.
Shooting phase, you want to try to kill my Magus, eh?
Yes, please.
They got 6 shots hitting on 3s.
Now, does the -1 because of your spell affect their shooting as well?
I think so. Answer is yes. So you're hitting on 4s. Hey, there's a 3. You're wounding on 2s. So that is 3 wounds. I'll actually put them both in the Magus, just so I have the extra fighting abilities from the familiars.
So let's have the Starweaver here fire at the Acolytes.
Can't fire at the Magus because the Acolytes are closer.
6 shots hitting on 3s.
Oof. Wounding on 2s.
Oh.
Okay, 4 that I don't get saves from. 5 up save. 6 die. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a drill, and one of the cutters. Not that my guys are going to be sticking around any longer.
Over here, I'm going to have 5 fusion pistols go into these Acolytes. So these are going to be hitting on 3s.
Strength 8?
Yes.
So 2s to wound. I'm assuming I don't get any saves.
No.
Well, okay then.
And then my Troop Master will fire. He's hitting on a 2. And
Wounds
wounding
on
on
a
a
2.
2.
No saves.
There you go.
1 more dies.
I'm going to have the Starweaver fire into those Genestealers. Didn't advance, so I'm hitting on 3s.
3s to wound.
Ooh.
So 1. I just have 5 up in bones.
Okay.
So 2 die. Take from the back.
Death Jester is also going to fire those Genestealers.
So he's not going to try to target the Primus? Because he has a sniper special rule that lets him do that, right?
He does. Now, is the Primus part of that unit, or is he...
No, he's a character, but he has unquestioning loyalty, so he can pass off wounds on a 4+.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll aim for him. So I'm opting to fire 1 shot at the Genestealers. So
Instead?
Yeah.
What does the 1-shot version do?
So the 1-shot version is if you suffer a wound from this, then I roll D3 mortal wounds additional onto that unit.
So you'd rather that than just firing 3 shots?
Yeah.
Okay, so hitting on a 2.
That's a hit.
And what's the strength?
6.
So 3s to wound.
Nope. Let's have the Troop Squad fire at the Goliath.
Now, 3 of them are in their half range, so they'll fire separately because they get to roll 2d6 and choose the best one for their damage. Want to do those 3 first?
Got them right here. So hitting on 3s.
Their strength. Oh.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, and the other 3?
The other 3.
Okay.
Or the other 2, sorry.
Oh, right, because there's a troop master there.
3s. There's 1.
And then they wound on 3s.
There's
And they, what's the AP? Oh, it's going to be a -3 at least, right?
Yeah.
So they do d6 damage.
5.
So I take those 5, and I have Rugged Construction, which ignores wounds on a 6+. And I don't save any of them. And they can finish off with a Troop Master.
Yep.
He's in that same area.
Hit on 2. Ooh, dance around that 1.
Yeah, 3s to wound. With no save, so d6 damage.
Well,
At 5+, you'll get them.
Oh.
No, just 1. So 6+ Rugged Construction. So 6 wounds in total. So this one is down to 4.
Let's have this Troop Squad fire at those Acolytes.
I think at least 3 of them are within 3 inches. But it doesn't matter, because I'm all 1 wound apiece. On 3s?
Yep.
Why don't you toss your
Oh.
2+ from the Troop Master while you're at it.
There we go.
2s to kill, no saves. So for fun, let's kill all but the leader. Yeah, you're just going to kill him when he charges anyways.
I'm actually going to have my Starweaver there try and finish off this last Goliath. So we got 6 shots here. These are hitting on 3s.
Winning on 4s.
Yep.
The 6s are going to be -3.
Yeah.
So no save against that one. So I get a 4-up save against this one, which I make, and then a 6-up Rugged Construction. Ignore the wound. No. I'm down to 3. Assault or charge phase. You gonna charge these guys?
Yes, please.
Overwatching with the. Actually, one of them will do the grenade.
Oh, okay.
Because why not? So
Oh.
6 shots with that one. So grenade hits on 6s, and then I'll just that's 1 hit. I'll throw 2 auto pistols at the same time. So 2 hits in total, winning you on 4s.
What's the
Nothing.
strength of these?
3.
Oh, okay.
Your toughness 3,
Yeah.
right? Okay, good. And then you charge, yeah, more than 0. Actually, even 0 probably would have got you there. Troop Master want to go in?
Troop Master's going to just stay where he
Stay
is.
there.
I got my 2 Skyweavers. They're going to charge.
I will overwatch. Auto pistol from him. He does not have blasting charges. He misses. Where are you going to charge? 8 inches. Where would you like to go?
Back here. Troop Squad will charge that Goliath right there.
Overwatch with his autocannon. So 1 hit, winning you on a 2. 4 up invuln.
Got it.
Heavy stubber. Misses. Charge range. In.
So let's go here and here, and everybody else is going to fill in that gap.
Troop Master want to do anything?
He'll try and charge the Goliath as well.
Same Goliath?
Yes. And
That is in. He can fit over here, but he has to stay away from the Genestealers, which he does.
let's have this squad charge that one acolyte.
I gotta throw a blasting charge at you. D6 shots. One shot, hitting on a 6. Nope.
Charge in.
3
I'm
inches. Yeah, you're in. You're fine. You're totally fine.
Lastly, my Solitaire. I'm sure I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to try and charge this Goliath.
Overwatch. Autocannons. 6s to hit. 1 hit, winning on a 2. What did I get there? 6. I got a 4 up, 3 up in bulk.
3 up in Vuln.
You're good. Just a note there, autocannons do 2 wounds per, or 2 damage per wound, so that would have killed him if he failed that 3 up. Let's do the heavy stubber. 6s to hit, 1 hit, winning on a 3. It's a wound with a 3 up invuln. You make it. How far do you charge? Yeah, that's probably in. Easily. You're less than 8 inches away from him.
Huzzah.
Into the fight phase, you get to choose your chargers first.
I'll start with the troop squad into these acolytes.
You've got 20 attacks, but they're hitting on 3s, killing on 3s, so let's just do the first 10.
Ah.
Yeah. 3s to wound, and you killed them with half your attacks. Actually, even, well, about half your attacks. Just like that. And now you can consolidate 3 inches. If you want.
I might as well. We'll go here. Just kind of,
Moving towards the nearest enemy.
well, I kind of want to protect my troop master.
Just for fun, well, actually, they're in mass hypnosis. They're going to fight last.
Yep.
So I don't have to. I was actually going to use 2 command points for him to go next, but they actually have to go after him, even if they charge. So I don't really have. You know what? So I'll use 2 command points so this guy can go. Although he's got the lash whip, so he gets to go even if you kill him. So I don't really need the command points for that either. And I don't. I've only got. Well, I got 3 attacks with the Goliath. I could kill your Solitaire. He hits on 6s though. So what the heck? Because I think that I'm not going to be lasting much longer. Let's use 2 command points to interrupt you and attack with this Goliath. He's going to try to run over your Solitaire.
Oh.
6s to hit. Nope, nothing.
So I'm going to do the Solitaire next. 8 attacks going into this Goliath. These are hitting on 2s.
So 7 hits. And your strength 5, so 5s to wound. So we got 4 wounds. It's AP minus 2.
Yep.
So I've got a 6 up armor save. I make one of those, and then I have rugged construction, which is a 6 up save, or 6 up ignore wounds. Oh,
Whoa.
I got 2 of those, so I'm down to 6. I guess I didn't need to interrupt you.
Let's just do this right now.
So you want to pile in at all?
Nope, I don't think I need to.
So you only have 3 guys that are going to attack?
So that'll be 12 attacks. 3s to hit.
Yeah, 3s and 3s. Why don't you just pick up 2 of those dice and just roll some more 3s? Yeah, killed him. Now, why don't we just, before we go any further, I don't actually remove him until the end of the fight phase, because he has lash whips. So I know you have more chargers, but just for simplicity, I'm just going to hit you back. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, strength 4. That's 1 wound, doesn't matter that I have AP minus 2.
4 up. Oh, you got one. Let's take this guy.
Go me, and then he dies.
Let's try and kill that Goliath. So I got 20 attacks, here's 10 of them here, hitting on 3s.
Well, this one you might need more than 10.
Yeah.
So here's the other 10. There we go. Your strength 4 minus 2, is that right?
Yes.
So 5's to wound. And I get
Re-rolling.
Re-rolling everything?
Rerolling all the failed to wounds because I have a troop master within 3.
Awesome. So re-roll, you get how many more? Oh, there's 3 more. That's minus 2 AP, so I get a 6 up armor save. I've only got 3 hull point or 3 wounds left. So I saved 2 of them. I'd have to make 5 more 6 pluses with my rugged construction. No, it didn't do too bad, but he died. On a 6, he explodes. No. You want to consolidate?
Yes, please. I'm going to consolidate.
So these ones, they have to get closer to the Genestealers, and the ones on the other side would have to get closer to the Goliath.
So I'm just going to
Are you trying to get within an inch, or stay more than an inch away?
than an inch away. I kind of bumped him a bit there.
Okay. And then we're to this combat. Now, since they charge first, but they have mass hypnosis, which makes them always strike last, so I'll have the Magus go next. We'll do a little bit of a pile-in for fun. We'll start with the Magus. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 3s, because strength 5. There's 2 wounds, and these actually do D3 wounds each.
Ooh.
So if you fail either of these 4-ups, it could kill one. So you make both of them. Then I have 4 attacks for my familiars. They hit on 3s, not bad. And then they wound on 4s, because they're strength 4. So it's 1 wound, which has no other consequences. If you fail it, you don't fail it. And now you get to hit back, but at minus 1 to hit, because of mass hypnosis.
Hitting on 4s with 6 attacks. And your toughness
3.
wounding on 3s. Oh.
Okay, so we both sucked. Into the morale phase. Now, the Genestealers took a casualty, but it wasn't enough for a morale check. And these guys you shot down a lot, so they have a morale check to do. They lost 6, their leadership 8, so they actually passed that. They're fine. This troop would have to take a morale test, but their leadership 8, so they can't fail it because it's only 1 casualty. That's all the morale tests. So what objectives did you get? You got secure objective 2.
Yes.
You did not kill a psyker.
Nope.
And you're starting to defend 5. So you hold that your next turn and you'll get 2 points for it. So it brings you up to what, 7 points?
Yes, it does.
And do you want to discard any of your objectives, like kill a psyker, or do you want to hold on to that?
I'll hold on to it because I'm in a good position to get you.
Sure. So that makes it 7-2 for Harlequins as we go into Genestealer Cult, turn 2. Rolling objectives, I got secure objective 6, secure objective 4, and no prisoners, which is just kill an enemy unit. If I kill 3 to 5, it's D3. If I kill 6 or more, it's D6 or D3 plus 3 victory points. Genestealers are going to advance. Good. So they're going to move 13 inches. Just off camera, I just want you to know what conversation we just had. Quirk, are they able to charge after they advance? And I said, yeah. He's like, oh, gross. Says the guy who's played an entire army that could fall back and charge, and advance and charge, fall back, shoot, and charge, or whatever else the crap they want to do. Patriarch will advance as well. Oh, there we go. 14 inches for him. You got nothing on me, Solitaire. Well, yeah, except, you know.
I can almost walk that distance.
Yeah, you could just walk it. And these guys will just walk over here. I want to kill stuff. And because why not, these Genestealers will declare an advance, so they'll move 11 inches. And I'll use that to come over here, staying more than an inch away from you. Getting nice and close to that troop master. The Goliath will actually fall back. Not interested. Thank you very much. And the Primus will move up. The Magus is going to start with a Smite 5+, or a 10+ if I want to do D6 wounds. 8. So we do D3 wounds, which is 2. That finishes off the 1 bike. Take that bike. I'm going to do the Strength from Beyond, or Might from Beyond, which gives a +1 strength and attacks. It's 7+ to cast, though. I fail it. I use a command point to reroll that. I don't think it's too important. Then I'm going to use his once per game ability with a familiar that lets him do a second psychic power. I'll do Smite 5+. Oh, we got our 10+, so D6 mortal wounds. Oh, 2. Which is that unit, so 2 just die. Oh, you're taking the closest ones, eh? Trying to make me fail my charge?
Yes.
Speaking of charges, I don't have any shooting, so the Genestealers will declare multi-charge against these 2 guys, so you might as well fire all 3 of their pistols. 6 is to hit. No. Range, 5 inches. We're in. And I'll make sure... The first guy, yeah, he can fit there. So your gun's in my way, but he's going to plop right in the middle there. And then pile in the rest as best as I can. If I go here, yeah, you know what? I'll go here. I'll just make sure I get into coherency. I think that'll allow me to get a bit more in. Patriarch will declare a multi-charge as well, and he will go 11 inches. Oh, I should have charged your venom. Or your, whatever it's called. So I'll make sure to get right here, which is in an inch of your troop master. You know where he is. He's in an inch of both of them. We're going to do a big old multi-charge. Yeah, multi-charge of these Genestealer, your Solitaire, your troop master, and the rest of the troop. So they can all overwatch. 6 pistols.
6s.
1 hit, 2s to wound, with a 5-up invuln. Not saved. I'll take the one in the back away. Charging, there we go, 7 inches. Really want to, if I can take out everything that I'm charging right now, which I don't have it's not a ridiculous thing to say that I might do that. That'll actually be 6 units destroyed, because we got it'll be 2 troop masters, a Solitaire, 2 troops, and a bike. So I'd actually get D3 plus 3 victory points. So this might be my one way to claw my way back into this game. Which one's your troop master? I want to make sure I do this charging right. That guy back there? Okay, so then I'll move him right to there. And then the Primus will declare a multi-charge against everybody. Yeah, not him, because then he'll overwatch and probably kill me. And he will charge 5 inches. That's enough. And he'll make sure to get an inch from your troop master and everybody else as well. And these 2 will charge your bike 7 inches. Good enough. The fight phase, I can choose a charging unit. Now, he still has lots of command points to interrupt this. The one thing I'm most worried about is a Solitaire just eating the squad. So I'm going to choose this Genestealer squad to fight first. They have the Primus within 6 inches, so they'll be hitting on 2s. And I'm going to put these 3 on the Solitaire, and the rest of them will be on the Troop squad, not the Troop Master. So the 9 attacks against the Solitaire, hitting on 2s. Okay, 8 hits, so far okay. 3s to wound, we don't care about rending because you just got a 3-up invuln. Okay, that's not bad. Statistically speaking, you should die. 3-up invuln, just do it. Yeah! Yes! I got him!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking I could reroll something, but I can't.
Yeah, yeah. It's, if you I see if you failed 2 of them, you could reroll 1 of them. Not worth it though, because he'd still die. Woohoo! And then 12 attacks against your troop. That's 2s to hit them. So that's 11 hits. 3s to wound them. Oh, that wasn't good. I'm not going to be able to get that D3 plus 3 victory points if you make too many 4-up saves here. 3 die. Yeah, they're not getting wiped out. The Primus might be able to help a bit, but don't think so, unless you're Troop Master right there. Before I go on, do you want to use any command points to fight back? Do you see any place that would be of value?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah? Where? Where do you think would be okay?
Maybe here?
But you can only do either the 2 guys and the Troop Master, right?
Oh.
You could do there. You could do the Troop Master here. You could also do the bike right here. Those are the 3 that you might consider using a couple command points on.
I can't use the bike because you got... Oh, no, you didn't.
No, I didn't
get
put
it
Massive
off.
Gnosis.
All right.
I smote him instead.
I will do the bike then.
And who are you going to target? These 2 guys or the Magus?
The Magus.
3 attacks hitting on 3s.
Huh.
Okay. Strength 4, so 3s to wound. It's a wound minus 2, so no saves. I'll take it on him. No sense killing a familiar. So this actually does 2 wounds and would kill him, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use his Unquestioning Loyalty special rule that anytime he takes a wound, I could pass it off on a 4+ to nearby. I don't want to because I want them to kill you, but yeah. So I'll do the first one first, because if I pass off the first one, then I'll just keep the other one. There we go. So he takes a wound, and I will kill the leader. He's the snipper that can just one-shot him. So let's do him next. Only 2 attacks hitting on 3s. Okay, and we're winning on 2s. Okay. Invulns, which he's bikes. Okay.
Oh.
So he takes 2 wounds, and on a 2+ he loses the last wound. There we are. We slayed him.
Oh.
And sure, I'll consolidate towards the next nearest enemy. Do the Primus next. Unfortunately, actually no, he could pile in like this, and now I can engage all of them, but I don't think he has enough attacks to kill all of them. I'm going to put all 4 attacks into your troop, because I want to kill them. Did multi-charge, so I get to choose. So 2s to hit, and his Toxin Injector Claw, which is what I'm using, actually always wounds down 2s, unless it's a vehicle. So 4 wounds. It's minus 1 AP, but that doesn't matter to you. 4 up invulns, you got 2 guys left. 1 dies.
Left. Pull this guy.
I'll do the Genestealers next, so he'll pile in 3 inches, 3 inches, and then we'll keep coherency with them. I'm going to put 2 of them onto the Troop Master. Hitting on 2s because the Patriarch is nearby to give him the +1. Yeah, yeah. Wounding him on 3s. Ah! What is going on? You got a 4-up invuln on him?
Yep. Oh.
Okay, but he had 5 wounds though, right?
Yes.
Oh boy. And then I have 3 over here and 2 over here attacking the troop. They're hitting on 2s. That's better. Wounded on 3s. There we are. I love it how I roll that many. I'm still not confident I'm going to kill 2 guys with 4-up saves. Go. Yay! Killed them off. This guy and that guy. Patriarch will go next. He'll pile in. I'm just going to keep him there because that thing's making me full. But he's within an inch and they'll be able to fight 2. So he's got 2s to hit. This is the really important part because my wounds are 2s to wound re-rolling. So if I roll... see, that's the problem. But now, mind you, they do D3 wounds each. But I need to do lots because... re-roll. There we go. Because you got your 4-up invulns. You made 2 of them. You're considering a command point, aren't you?
Yes.
No, don't. Thank
No.
you. D3 wounds apiece. Yeah.
That does
4 wounds. He's dead. And he will pile in this way. Well, he's got to stay within... You know what, actually? Yeah, no, I have to pile in towards the nearest enemy, so I'm going to stay within 3 inches of the Genestealers so I can pass off wounds. And then you can fight back with your 2 guys, your Troop Master and your 1 troop guy. You're going to attack my Primus. You're hitting on 2s.
Yep.
Here's a 1. Wounding on 3s, and I get no saves against this, but it's only 1 wound each. So 3
I
wounds.
get to reroll that because I reroll failed wounds within 6 inches of myself.
Okay, and you are always within yourself.
There we go.
I'm going to try to pass off some of those because that brings you down to 1 wound. 4 plus. So, and then I'll roll 1 more of them, and then 1 last one. Okay, so he's just passing off 1 of them. Kill this guy. So he'll take 3 wounds instead. So he's down to 2. And then you got your regular troop guy. Who's he attacking? The Primus?
Yep.
Got 4 attacks, hitting on what? 3s. Okay,
Ooh.
you could kill him. Wounding on 3s with no saves. No.
Reroll.
Reroll, because you're within 6 inches.
Oh.
I'll still try to pass it off on a 4 plus. No. Well, that was close. Which brings us to the morale phase. This troop lost a few guys.
Lost 4 guys, so he goes down to leadership 4. He's dead.
He's dead. That's good. I only lost 3 Genestealers. I have leadership 9, so it's impossible for me to fail that morale. But this guy lost 1 guy. He's leadership 7. Impossible to fail that. Objective-wise, I got no prisoners, so it's worth D3. Because, oh, I got 3. Because I killed between 3 and 5. I killed 4. I was going for 6. Oh, I killed 5. Because that guy's gone too. Almost got 6. Just had 1 last to get. But the Troop Master was just too beefy to die. And so that gives me 3 victory points. And I think that's the only one that I'm going to get. Score is 7-5. So score-wise, I'm not doing as bad as I thought I was. And I've squished a lot of his little guys. You still have your flying guys running around. You still have another troop. And you still have your Death Jester. But it's not looking as bad as it was before. I'm still not confident that I'm going to win it. Because points-wise, I think you're going to be able to stay ahead. But we'll have to wait and see. Harlequins turn 3.
Start my movement phase. This troop squad will advance, going 9
1.
inches.
9 inches.
Okay.
Worth it.
Yep.
Don't get to fire their pistols, but worth it. Go get that Magus.
My troop master will also advance.
Oh, there we go. 14 inches. Yeah, that'll get him a little closer than everybody else.
Huzzah. Starting off, I'm going to move this vehicle right here. And
Sure,
then,
my Primus is closest.
yeah, and then my troop master's going to break away going here.
Gonna fall back.
Yep. This Skyweaver is going to go whee over to here.
Shooting phase.
Let's have my Starweaver fire at that one acolyte.
Here. Let me just. Okay, we're
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Over here, I'm going to have this Starweaver fire at the...
Genestealers.
Yes, please.
6 shots hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. And 5 up in bones. 2 die.
Next up, this Starweaver is going to fire at your...
Primus.
That's the one. Hitting on 3s.
And you can fire at him because he is the closest. Just want to point that out. Wounding on 2s in this case. So the 6, I don't get a save. The other 2 I get 5 up saves against. So 2 of them get through. I only have 1 wound left, so I'm going to try to pass these off on 4 pluses with unquestioning loyalty to the nearby Genestealers. Yeah, there we are. The 2 Genestealers are just slain. Just like that.
Death Jester will fire at the Primus next. Hitting on 2s.
Yeah. With 2s to wound as well. What are the APs on these?
Nothing. If I rolled a 6, it was -3.
So, okay, so I get my 5 up saves first. Nope, and then I will. Well, you know what? He's dead no matter what. So I'm not passing any off. Nope, because I could kill the 2 Genestealers and then he'd still die. So we'll just kill him. Warlord kill. Oh wait, no, sorry. Patriarch's more Warlord.
Fusion Pistol into the Genestealer.
3s and 2s.
He's a Troop Master. 2s and
2s and 2s.
There's a hit.
Yeah, 6. It didn't matter. See,
Ah.
didn't matter. Just roll double 6. 5 up invuln. Yeah. You. Charge phase.
Let's start with this troop squad charging the guy.
Magus.
Magus.
I did not hit you with my auto pistol. How far are you going?
That far.
Yeah, you're in. Yeah, he's in trouble. He's in big trouble. True Master want to go in too?
Yeah, might as well.
Why not, right?
Ha.
What's the
Ooh.
worst that could happen?
He's in.
What about over here? Anybody want to charge that lone Genestealer?
You know what? Sure.
Why not, right?
Let's have my Troop Master go for it.
I don't have any Overwatch, so just go. 5 inches, he's in.
Fwah.
Anybody else want to go in, or are they happy?
No, I'm happy.
Fight phase!
Starting here, got the pile in, so in and
20 attacks. 3s to hit. 3s to wound. Yeah, you got him. So I made an interesting tactical mistake because I put wounds on him before them and thinking I could just kill them later on. But then I realized, no, this is a unit. And so as soon as I started putting wounds on him, I couldn't not put on him. In this case, it doesn't matter because you did more than 3 wounds. But that is your Psyker kill. I'm going to use 2 command points.
Dang it.
He's a troop master. You'll be fine. Oh, you know what? No, I won't. Because I can't kill him. And I can just one-shot him with something else if I actually get there. So I'm going to regret that later. I'm going to bring him down to like 1 wound later on and be like, if only I had used 2 command points. Have I used any command points yet?
You've used 2 to interrupt me once.
I did? Yeah, I did. Yeah, with the Goliath truck, that's right. Yeah, I want to hold on to my other 4. No, I don't. Let's interrupt you. 3s to hit. 3s to wound. Yeah, 4-up save. Yeah, all right.
I'm going to use a command point and reroll that.
Oh, okay. That was a waste of a command point. All right, you can hit me back. You get 5 attacks back.
Yep.
Hitting on what? 2s? Yep, okay. Yeah, you should be able to do this. What's your strength? 4. 4's to wound.
I think I got you.
No, 5-up invuln.
Oh, right. I think I got you.
Oh, so close. He died. You're on, I think I got you. And I almost...
Do you want to spend a command point to reroll that one?
No,
So you survive?
no, I'm
Sure?
okay. Yeah, I'm
Sure you don't want to try?
So what Genestealer, I don't care.
Command point.
You want to pile in towards the Goliath?
Yes, I do.
End of the turn, or end of that phase, we got the morale phase, but there's no units that have to take it, because nobody's that's on the table right now took any casualties. And so that's your turn. Now, what objectives did you get?
I got defend objective 5.
So that's 2 points.
2 points right there. I have
Kill a Psyker.
Kill a Psyker, and that's it. So
What was your other objective?
The other objective was psychological warfare, but I killed everything, so you couldn't.
So you couldn't make me for a morale test. And these guys are all fearless, pretty much. But that brings you up to 10 points.
Yes.
To my 5. Roll another objective, got secure objective 5, so now I have 6, 4, and 5, the one that you're sitting on, so free point for you. Woohoo. And I'm just going to start moving. Patriarch is going to advance 11 inches. He's going to go 5 inches up and go over here. Hello, Death Jester.
Excuse me, you have to be at least an inch away from me.
Oh, sorry. There we are. Genestealer Cult, or Genestealers will, the Pure Strain Genestealers will go 6 inches extra, so 14 inch. We're going to use that to close the gap. Oh man, if they had only rolled a half-decent Cult Ambush turn 1. Just imagine the possibilities. I don't know if I'm going to be able to rely... Like, Cult Ambush I could build an army for last edition to use it, kind of. Not reliably. I wouldn't use the word reliably. I'd use the word more... less randomly. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away with that. Although it can bring multiple Primuses now, and multiple Magi, and multiple Patriarchs, because there's no restriction, they're not unique. Whereas before you can only bring 1 per detachment. So you're always stuck doing multi-detachments to pull that off. The truck will stand still. Psychic phase, I'll do Smite. 5+ or 10+ would be really nice. Yeah, I'm not re-rolling anything. And I haven't perilled yet. I haven't rolled double 1 or double 6, and I have done a lot of Psychic. This is like, yeah, I've done a lot of Psychic by this point. Still haven't seen those. The Goliath would probably easily kill him, except your 4-up invulns make everything, you're unsure if he'll do anything. So I'm going to put but I'll put the shots into your Star Weaver, Void Weaver, Screamer Weaver, because I think the Genestealers can take care of him. But you do have the Mirage Launcher, which makes me hit on -1, so 5s to hit with the Twin Auto Cannon. Hey, well, that's 1 less hit though. Wounding you on 3s, because your strength 7, toughness 6. Ah, you fail this 4-up and you're dead, you only have 1 wound left. Got him. And explodes on a 6, because you do have a guy possibly close enough. Oh. I'm not sure what the range of your explodes
6
are.
6 inches.
6 inches, okay, so it would do some damage. I can't fire the heavy stubber because I didn't say it out loud. My intent was to put everything into that vehicle. Charge phase. Patriarch will try to charge Death Jester.
Oh.
Fire the 3 shots or the 1 shot that does extra mortal wounds?
That's only if it kills something.
Oh, okay, 3 shots. 6s. Nope. And I charge 4 inches. It's more than nothing. Slightly more than an inch away. So I'll just get an inch away, just like that. This is declare multi-charge into your Troop Master and into your other Star Weaver. So Overwatch with your Star Weaver, 6s to hit. And then your Fusion Pistol, I think you're within 6-inch range. You should be, because I'm like a 5-inch charge. You miss. Charge range.
Oh!
I'll command point.
Oh.
There we are. Oh! Oh! Yeah, that could have been a pretty crappy roll. But it wasn't. So we're coming for you, Troop Master. I think I'll still put some on your Starweaver. I was hoping for a much higher roll than that so I could have much more control. But we do have a lot of Genestealers, so maybe we'll be okay. And I will kind of chain these back, because if I put one right here, I'm within 6 inches of my Patriarch, so the whole group will get 2s to hit instead of 3s. And in the fight phase, I'll choose them first, because I don't care if your Death Jester hits my Patriarch before he rips.
It's going to cost me 2 command points to do that. I need to cherish those command points.
Yeah, because they're really helping with the
That's the
rerolls.
last 2 I have.
So I'll put 5 of them into your Troop Master and 5 of them into your Starweaver. Let's do the attacks into your Troop Master first. I got 15 attacks at the 5 guys, and they're going to hit on 2s because I have the Patriarch within 6 inches. Yeah, that's 4 1s. That's not horrible. You do have 4 wounds for me to get through. That's going to be hard. 3s to wound. Hey! Okay. Well, I rolled above average. You could roll above average. You got 4 up invulns. You got 1 reroll somewhere in there at the command point.
Oh!
Not
2,
worth
3,
it.
4, 5,
6.
6. No,
Yeah, he's gone. See ya.
That's Warlord.
That True Master was your Warlord?
Yeah.
I guess one of them was, right? And 15 attacks against your Starweaver. Not likely to kill it, but we should be able to do some damage. Hitting on 2s. 2 misses, that's average. Wounding on 5s, so strength 4. Maybe I should have put Might from Beyond on them rather than Smite. That's only 2 wounds. It would have only been 2 more wounds. But more attacks. Bones. Ah, you're fine. Down to 5 wounds. Use any command points now? Actually, I should consolidate. I want to consolidate.
You pile in. You're
No.
still in combat.
No, consolidate. You pile in at the beginning of combat.
Oh, right.
You consolidate at the end of your fight. Patriarch will go next because Quirk doesn't want to use any command points to interrupt me. Death Jester doesn't feel like he can take on the job.
It's got like 3 little piddly slaps that
Yeah,
are going to do anything.
slap, 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 rip! I've got 6 attacks with my monstrous rending claws. They hit on 2s. Oh, come on. And he misses there. Because I wound on 2s, but re-rolling. Thank you. Okay, good. So these are all... It doesn't matter. You got 4 pinballs. Ooh, he might survive this. They do D3 damage each. You've got 5 wounds?
Yeah.
4 wounds. He's not... I still have my familiars, though. 4 attacks from the little familiars. They hit on 3s. They don't get any bonuses from being near the big guy. 3s to wound. Okay, you only have 1 wound left, right?
Yeah.
So fail 1 of these 4-ups. Fail 2 so you don't use a command point. Thank you! Nom nom nom. And yeah, I will consolidate this way towards the next guy. And then your Starweaver can try to do some damage back to the Genestealers.
3s to hit.
3s to wound. 5 up invulns. Hey, 1 dies.
Yeah, take...
Well, I don't even have to take a morale test. Partly because I'm leadership 9, the other part because he makes them automatically pass it when he's within 6. You know what? Not bad. I think you're still going to win because of points, and I don't think I could chase you down. If you really wanted to, you could just take one of your guys and hide him in the corner. But I'm actually surprised that I was able to claw my way back in. Those Genestealers really, they've done all the heavy lifting. Acolytes have done okay, don't get me wrong. Neophytes just kind of fell over the moment they were looked at. But I think that was my fault because I miscalculated how far you could actually charge, and I should have placed them further back. But you rolled double 6 for that first charge anyways.
I did.
So did I get any of my objectives? No, they're all secure objectives. Who cares at this point? I'm just trying to see how much I can kill before you finally beat me. So let's go to Harlequins, turn 4. So if you like, I have a proposition for you.
All right.
Because we're only in turn 4, and this could get really boring at this point.
Yep.
If you want to win, all you have to do is keep 1 guy back, and we could draw objectives, and maybe that would go in my favor. I suggest that we call it a victory for the Harlequins.
Okay.
But now we're going to go for whether it's a crushing victory or just a regular victory. And so the way that we do that is we keep playing until the game ends, and like turn 5, 6, or 7, but we both agree to not run away from each other. And we just try to get nice and close. Not that you have to fly your thing as close as possible, but you know.
I will say, but my tactic at this point is to stay away from you.
Well, that's how you get the automatic victory, is the fact that you can just do that. So I'm not saying that you can't break away from combat, shoot, and then have other guys charge in and stuff. But I'm just saying that if the rest of the game is just you hiding in the corner, just picking me off from a distance, then I'll just shake hands right now and we'll be done. And that's fine. If you want to do that,
I would say that's Harlequin tactic.
that's fine. But that's why you are the winner.
Okay.
Right now, I'm saying you are the winner. I'm trying to say now we'll have a fight for whether you are the crushing, ridiculous winner, or whether you're just the winner.
Okay.
So it's up to you. Because if you don't want to do that, I'll shake your hand right now and give up. Because I don't want to just play another 3 or 4 turns of watching you dance around and pick me off from a distance.
I'm not gonna lie. It would be 3 or 4 turns of me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying like even if I was to come in and try and get you, you would just crush me because you guys are way better at melee than mine are.
But you can still come in and get a couple rounds of shooting.
That's true.
Should we just shake hands at this point?
think so.
Okay. It sounds like you don't want to come and charge the
I don't want to
Genestealer.
get charged. I'll charge you.
I'm like, I know I've lost by this point because all you have to do is pull back. These guys just run away and then just use their 2 Star Weavers to kind of circle around me and shoot me down. And even then, not even do that. It's just like, just get out of there. Move 16 inches away.
20.
He can't advance.
22.
He can't advance when he's in
yeah.
combat. So he'd move 16 inches away, hope that I don't catch him, which I could. But these guys just run the other way. Heck, just load him up inside of that and literally go hide in that corner.
Get objective 4.
Yeah, and steal this objective, then go steal that objective, and then run over there and steal that objective. And there's no way I could win. So we'll call it a Harlequins victory then. Because you don't want to get in a slugfest with the Genestealers, apparently. Yeah.
No, I've learned that getting into a slugfest with Genestealers is a terrible idea.
So interesting game. I have to admit, turn 1, you destroyed my morale. I went off to lunch after turn 1, and I was like, I am totally dead. I hope.
Staring at my pink slip, going, "Do I sign this?"
and I'm thinking, I just hope that on turn 2 he just totally kills me, so this game can be done. But then, interestingly enough, I almost killed 6 units in 1 turn. Now, mind you, a few of those are individual guys, but still, like your Solitaire went down. Troop Masters went down, your troop guys went down, even started taking out your Star Weavers, your bikes went down. And
one spell you have.
Yeah, the making you strike last and -1 to hit. And,
even that one, like, I'm charged. Yeah, I get to. I
no, you still have to go last. Yeah. It's very specific. It says even if they charge.
That hurts.
You imagine if you weren't doing the match play rule where you could do that multiple times. I think I would just spam that.
Yeah.
Everybody has that. And
That would cancel out my,
jumping back, charging in, jumping back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know this is more about the Genestealer Cult, but holy crap, Harlequins. Holy crap. I think they've been improved a little.
I think so.
Yeah. Now, they were squishy, so I'm curious how you'd face off against a more resilient army. Because I'm a toughness 3, pretty much no save army.
Probably would have switched up the weapons that I'm carrying a little bit. Like, I've got other ones where it's, this is always doing D3 wounds. This is designed to kill vehicles. Like, everything I took was designed to kind of take out monsters. Because I was thinking I'm going up against Genestealers. We're probably going to have some guys with a couple wounds on them. I want to get those D3s in there.
There's not actually many. My characters do, the aberrants do, and then, of course, my vehicles. And so that anything that's kitted out to kill monsters is usually good against vehicles too, right? But you're going to face off against more infantry. But even without that perfect optimization, you were pretty crazy.
They're super fast, super hard to tie down.
Yeah.
Flip belts make it amazing because they can just jump over whatever they want and keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then I think for me, it's the thing that makes them the hardest to deal with is the rising crescendo, the fact that they can fall back and charge, and they could, falling back and shooting. That's already a thing amongst a lot of armies, but being able to fall back and charge to ensure that they basically, I know there's a bit of Overwatch they might have to take, but if you're up against the right armies like Genestealers, they don't, Overwatch. Who cares? Even all my pistols, strength 3 pistols is a 4-up invuln. Not a big deal, so you can really deal with that. So cool, well, and we'll get more on the Harlequins later. I know you're going to be doing a couple actual Harlequin faction-focused videos, so you can go and destroy a couple other armies and some other battle reports, and then tell everybody how awesome they are now. And then we're going to have to add to our Harlequin collection, because we haven't for a long
Finally.
time. Right? Because we're just like Harlequins. Who wants to play them?
I'm over the corner being like, me.
But except every time you play them, you just get destroyed. Like every time. Now they actually seem to be good. So let's talk about the Genestealer Cult.
Okay.
What do you think about them? Besides being obvious pushovers.
Well,
Whatever, Genestealer Cult.
they seem really cool. I like the weapons. I know you didn't get to really benefit from them too much, but like the one where it's like on a 2 plus you do another mortal wound on a 3.
Yeah, I kind of whiffed that.
Yeah.
I chose to wound and I rolled 2 1s.
Yeah.
And then the one wound I did, I rolled another 1.
It
would have killed him too. He was down to 1 wound at the end of it.
Me, but I was trying to find those guys because you were telling me about it off camera. I'm like, oh, these guys need to go.
But which ones were they again?
Which ones are they? They all look the same.
The snipper ones turned out to be really good.
Oh yeah, they just destroyed my bikes.
Yeah, I like that they made it so all 3 of the weapons are good, because the rock saws are just straight up 2 damage apiece, so they're your kind of vehicle and monster killer. But the rock cutters, I think is what they're called. I call them snippers, the ones that look like snippers. They just that whole doing 2 damage and then if you roll higher than their wounds that are remaining, you kill them.
Yeah.
It seems that they're meant to kill bikes, like things with 3 wounds, even 4 wounds. They would be really good against.
The brave ones.
Yeah, heck, even 5. I think at this point I would say units of 5 wound models. Not that you have very many units of 5 wounds, but characters too. I think they would have been really good against you. Or now that I saw that, using them against your troop masters. So hit them, wound them once, you go down to 3 wounds, and a 4+, you're gone.
Yep.
And
Oh, that was scary.
yeah, failing that, they do 2 wounds per snip. And the rock drill, the 2+ mortal wound, then 3+ mortal wound, then 4+ mortal wound. That really could have done something, but
I feel like they would have done a lot better against a different army because I have a bunch of invulns that actually give me some sort of defense against you.
yeah,
Whereas a lot of your attacks is like, okay, you rend, you got -2 to the AP, you got -1, you have all these things to modify the armor, and I have a 4-up invuln.
yeah. I ranted about that for 8th edition. It's something that I don't like about 8th edition, and it's not just because of the armies I'm playing, because they've actually added invuln saves to the Tyranids, and that's nice. But 5-up invulns, I don't have much of a problem with. It's once you start getting to the 4-ups and 3-ups. I just think they could have done it different ways. Like, if they're a 4-up invuln because they're hard to hit, then make them hard to hit. We see that rule in a lot of different places. Heck, you've got the Mirage launchers, right? So rather than give them a 4-up invuln, give them a 5-up invuln, and then make the Mirage launchers like a -2 to hit. Same thing with these guys. Just straight up close combat shooting. You can always have it be like -2 to hit with shooting and -1 in close combat. So you get that extra -1, but it doesn't stack too horribly once somebody actually gets to you. Same thing with these guys, making them like a -2 to hit from a distance, -1 in close combat, or making them just -1 overall and a 5-up invuln instead would have felt better for me. Just playing against them, because I had so many cool weapons. I had -2 AP weapons, I had rending weapons, I had -1 AP weapons. And when I was fighting with my acolytes, I just rolled them all together.
Yep.
And that to me is a shame, because I feel that the AP modifier system is one of the huge, awesome things about 8th edition. Because it makes things matter. It makes allocating which weapons you're going to be using against things matter. But as soon as you introduce invulns, and especially 3-up invulns, like I'm thinking of the Storm Shields, I'm going to keep saying it. I think Storm Shield should have been a +1 or a +2 armor. Keep them with their 5-up invulns for being Terminators, but give them a 0-up armor save. That way, if somebody has a -3, all of a sudden that's a 3-up armor save. That sounds right to me when I say that. I know that's the same as that 3-up invuln, but then if somebody hits them with a -4, or in the case like the Monstrous Rending Claws, they got up to -6.
Yep.
He still gets a 6-up save, or their 5-up invuln. To me, that feels like the way to deal with it. Same thing with cover. I'm not sure why cover is +1 armor, and not just -1 to hit.
Yeah.
It feels like if anything is supposed to make it harder to hit, then it should make it harder to hit. It feels weird when I connect with your guys, wound them, and then their flip belt, which allows them to jump away, prevents the wound.
Holosuit.
Holosuit, yeah.
So it's like you hit the hologram of them, but still.
I guess, yeah, that one, I guess you could make an argument for the fluff for that one, because it's like, I wounded them. No, you didn't. It was the other one of me. So I guess that one makes kind of sense, fluff-wise. But still, gameplay-wise, it doesn't feel nice. It's kind of like the old reanimation protocols, where it was a feel no pain. And I didn't like that. And I was a Necron player, and I really didn't like that, because it didn't feel like my guys were reanimating. It just felt like I wasn't taking the damage to begin with. Whereas now, and before, guys would get removed from the table, and then they'd get added back on if there were guys left in that unit. And that felt like, yes, these guys are actually standing back up, not just, no, they never went down to begin with, which made them feel like you weren't hurting anything.
It got really discouraging when you're playing against that.
Yeah. Whereas if you killed a bunch and you see them get it back up, yeah, that sucks too, but you still felt like you killed something. So there's at least that. So yeah, that's a little, end rant there for 8th edition invuln saves. Overall, I'm loving 8th edition, but there's a couple things that are kind of nagging at me, like the proliferation of invuln saves, Riptides being monsters.
Mistakenly putting people in range of a heroic intervention.
Yeah, the heroic intervention from your solitaire. No, that's good. I'm glad I learned that. But let's talk about Genestealer Cult again, because this is what the faction focus is. Cult Ambush, my first impressions is I rolled poorly for it, so it's hard to really give. If just one of the units had rolled a 5+, I think I would have had different opinions on how good it is, especially if it's a Primus and his Genestealers, who had that. They had the reroll.
Well, you were telling me what it does, and I'm like, that's.
You're just waiting for me.
I'll be watching you roll. I'm just like, please don't roll a 5.
Even the 5 is scary. I get to move D6, and even if I roll a 1, deploy more than 9 inches away, roll a 1, get 8 inches. Also, that charge is a lot scarier. And but if I roll a 3 or higher, so 5+ is good. I didn't roll a single 1. I rolled 3, 2, 2, and a 4. I got 1 4. So that kind of sucked. Not being able to actually see it in action. And because of match play forcing you to have at least half of your guys on the table, I can't create like this huge. What I would love to try out is just like all cult ambush with lots of Primuses, because Primuses give everybody +1 hit in close combat. I could just pounce on my opponent. So who knows? Maybe when they get their next update, they'll update the cult ambush to be more interesting. But right now, I think the way that I'm going to try out my second game is going to actually be to play them like Imperial Guard, where they have lines, like multiple lines of fire with their Leman Russes and their Sentinels, and maybe have 1 or 2 squads of Genestealers with a Patriarch perhaps, ready to cult ambush. But the rest of my army is more gun lines. So then when somebody charges me, they hit the front gun line. Then I fall back and shoot them, and then so on and so forth. Because I can get some pretty good weapons with my neophytes. Don't have orders and stuff like the Astra Militarum do, but it should be interesting to see what I could pull off with that. I got some interesting psychic stuff that I can use to mitigate some damage. But yeah, cult ambush I think is okay. I thought it got better because 5+ is good, but realizing I don't have any formations or things to allow me to do it better. Because when I wanted to do a cult ambush army before, I'd always use the one formation, the Subterranean Uprising, where I get to roll 2 dice and pick whatever one I want.
Yeah.
And yeah. And now it's just if the Primus is with them, they get to re-roll it. I don't like the re-roll. I wish that was like you get to roll 2 dice and pick one. So if you roll a 4, you're like, do I re-roll that? You re-roll to a 3, and you're like, crap. But I guess that's just all part of the risk-reward. Genestealers are awesome. Would you agree with that?
I would definitely agree with that.
The Primus is good. The Acolytes are fine too. Just when you charge them and you get to hit first.
They're
squishy.
Can they advance in charge? Yes. Ugh.
Like, shut up. Your whole army does that.
You shut up.
You're
not allowed to go.
You shut up. All your troops move 8 inches. Yeah, those are my elites that do that. But you're squishy too.
Yeah.
Let's face it. Once I started actually shooting and putting on wounds, the 4-up involvement was the only thing that was saving you. So, and even then, in the end, it didn't. Any units that I tried to kill, I killed. So that's nice as well. The Goliaths are definitely cool now. They're much more powerful.
Very tanky with that 6-up.
Yeah, with the rugged construction. Yeah, and 10 wounds. Like, I'm surprised they're 10 wounds because they used to be so easy to kill before. They used to be armor value 10 with 3 hull points, and they're open tops, so people were just popping them like they were nothing. But I guess now they have to make sure dedicated transports have a bit more wound value to them because guys inside die so badly when they die. So, well, that's all I got for now. We're gonna play. I'll play a second game, probably trying to do more neophyte heavy with some Leman Russes. We'll see though. And you can go and watch that in the MiniWarGaming Vault right now. And of course, we got our reviews for the Tyranid Faction Focus. You can go and see. There will be links to everything in the video description below. Thanks so much for watching. Happy wargaming.